Hi, one of my favorite things, sticky barbecue glaze for chicken or ribs. My husband always calls me in the daytime because, you know, food is a big thing around here. Hun, what are we having for supper? I was happy to report that yes, we're having ribs with the sticky barbecue glaze, and he was a happy man. So let's do it together. So I'm just starting with a couple of small racks of pork ribs, and I did salt and pepper them and put a little bit of garlic powder on them just to start it off, but that's what we're starting with, and I did use some parchment paper on a cookie sheet. So we're going to add everything in a bowl. So the first thing we're going to add is 3/4 cups of honey, and you know I love to use organic honey because it's so much better for you, but if you can't find organic honey, then just go ahead and use whatever honey that you can find, and that is 3/4 cups. So let's just get as much as we can out of here because we don't want to waste that beautiful honey. It is awesome. There we go. So that's 3/4 cups of honey, and then we're going to have 1.5 tablespoons of malt vinegar. So I'm just going to shake this up just to make sure, and you just get this at the grocery store. It's just malt vinegar. So I'm going to use 1.5 tablespoons of the malt vinegar, and then I have 1.5 tablespoons of water. Put that in there. Then we have to put 1/2 teaspoon of red pepper flakes. My husband loves red pepper flakes. So because we're using these, there's going to be a bit of heat, so you have to like some heat. So it's just crushed red pepper flakes. You can usually find that in the spice section. So we're going to use 1/2 teaspoon of that, and then we're going to use 1/2 teaspoon of Dijon mustard. These are all ingredients that you can get at your local supermarket. So we're going to put the Dijon mustard in there, and then we're going to use 1/2 teaspoon of black pepper and 1/2 teaspoon of pink Himalayan salt. So just to recap, you have 3/4 cups of honey, you have 1.5 tablespoons of malt vinegar, 1.5 tablespoons of water, 1/2 teaspoon of red pepper flakes, 1/2 teaspoon of Dijon mustard, and 1/2 teaspoon of black pepper, and 1/2 teaspoon of pink Himalayan salt. So we're going to take this and give it a good whisking, and it is absolutely beautiful. The color of this is gorgeous. You do need to whisk it quite a bit because that honey is sticky. So we're just going to whisk it up until it's completely mixed, and then we're going to take our little brush and we're going to brush these ribs, and you can actually put these on the barbecue if you want, or you can put them in the oven. Tonight I'm going to put them in the oven, and you know, I put my meat at about 395, and just whenever it's done, take them out of the oven. So you just brush these nicely on both sides. Give it a nice, I like to give it lots of goo in there. So let's turn these over. Brush them on both sides. Don't be scared to use a lot because it's a gorgeous glaze. So we're going to do that, but always with my ribs, I always put the bone side down and the meat side up so that you don't have the meat sitting in fat. It kind of lifts itself out of the fat. So, and that is it. You can put it on the barbecue, or you can put it in the oven. Like I said, I put it at 395 until they're done, and that is it. So that is an easy recipe for tonight's supper. It takes, how long did it take to put that together? Again, without me yakking, I'm sure you could do that in less than 2 minutes. So a beautiful barbecue glaze for your ribs or your chicken, and that's a great item for supper. And you have a great day.